Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
To the Tuesday edition of Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. Good to be with you inside Hy-Vee off Highway 61 here in the Pearl City. The show happens Monday through Friday starting at 8:30. So remember that, Warren Schwanke, even though you're never going to see this and you work for MPW, it's not just a Monday show, friend. You only do that on Monday, right? Really, Warren? It's on a station that you work for. I'm bringing an audience to you, Warren John Schwanke. You should know when the show is on. He's my friend and I love him, but he's killing me in that regard. Killing me softly, you could say. It is good to be with you. Chef Tess is with us in the Hy-Vee Today kitchen, and I don't want to assume because we know what happens specifically when I assume, but Chef Tess, it would appear to me, and we'll see this in a moment, you are preparing for Thursday's pork carnitas lunch. How wrong am I?
You are not wrong at all.
Right.
Not even a little bit.
Yes. So these pork carnitas that you make, oh, look at the overhead shot. Stop it. That is just the best. It's the best perspective. So you have oranges, and then what cut are you using for the carnitas?
So this is a bone-in shoulder. Mm-hmm. And so what I'm doing right now is just roughly kind of removing the shoulder bone. And then I'll leave this in the pan while I braise because there's a lot of flavor that comes out of the bone there.
Okay.
But I'm just removing it so that I can kind of chunk up the rest of the meat. So this is now a boneless shoulder.
Excellent.
And I'll trim some excess fat off of it. And we will use that fat to make sausages and brats and things like that. So nothing goes to waste, which I think is really cool. And then the rest of it will get braised with spices and some orange to make the carnitas for Thursday.
So is there any liquid to is there a braising liquid that you're using, or is it just that fat that'll be created once it gets in there combined with some of the orange?
The liquid from the oranges.
Okay.
That's the only added liquid. A lot of the juices come out of the pork once it starts to cook.
Sure.
But that's it.
Wow. So no wine, no beer, just the natural juices, a little bit of that orange. Oh boy. And when you talk about no waste, I mean you're gonna what? Maybe halve or quarter those oranges and then toss them in the pan?
Yeah, like the whole orange will go in there.
Wow.
Any fat that I don't use will go to the meat department and they will use it for a sausage grind. So
yesterday we had pork chops for $1 and I bought a bunch of them and cooked them last night with some Kerry Irish butter. And did some more meal prep, and I, had to take a little sample as they were cooking, of course. And that butter is the best, right? I mean, It's like I can't say how much I love that butter. I need to buy more of it, and it's just like the real deal. The ingredient is just cow, That's it. I mean, it's not like there's certain things if you're buying honey and it has more than one ingredient, put it back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Like, it could just say a bee's butt. That's it. What's the ingredient in honey? It's honey. Even Betsy knows that. That's it. You don't need to have some, biphosphite sodium. If you can't pronounce the word, don't grab it. Same thing with that butter. You want me to put some of that butter in that carnitas or no?
Sure. It's not going to hurt it.
I'm not trying to do your job.
Okay.
You could have just said no. At this point in our friendship, you could have been like, I'll handle the cooking, you handle looking slimmer on TV.
Okay.
That's a good trade-off, I feel. Carnitas lunch Thursday starts at 11:30. It'll be delightful. And then do you know what the plan is for dinner yet on Thursday starting at 4?
Not 100% sure. I got a couple ideas in the works.
Did you say prime rib? I couldn't hear you over a meat slicer.
I did not say prime rib.
#sad. One of these days, you're going to be like, guess what the Thursday dinner is? And I'm going to be like, what? And you're going to say it's prime rib, and then I'm going to fall off my chair.
I can do prime rib.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to do it this Thursday. This is not prime rib inception. However, in the future, imagine how excited Ryan Broderson would actually come back to the store and pay for something for once in his life. He would pay for prime rib, as long as it was priced accordingly. Okay? All right. Well, we'll check back in with Chef Tess. It's always exciting to have Chef Tess in the kitchen because Just look at how good that overhead shot looks. It's great. Yeah, it's like we're watching the Food Network as we sit here. Our first guest is here for his second time, but the first time Dr. Hal Green was here, I was off having my knee scoped, and my former coworker Joe Krausauer and still friend filled in. Thank you for coming back on, sir.
Thanks for inviting me.
Great to see you. We have an interesting relationship in that we spent several Sundays together because you do have a radio program.
Right.
And I would get to sit there behind the controls, and it was always super informative, peaceful, and some of the best Sunday mornings I've had. And I don't think I've told you that, but
Thank you very much.
I'm like a sponge in those situations. I absorbed a lot. Never wanted to interrupt your flow.
Thank you.
And you're still having fun doing that part of the deal, right?
Yes, I'm still having fun doing it.
Yeah.
Sunday morning, 8:30, God Talk,
Right.
right here locally. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, that's for sure. So your life story could be a movie. Do you know that? It's very fascinating to me. This East Coast guy.
Yeah, originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New
Brooklyn.
York.
Yeah, back when it was Brooklyn.
Right. Now, what is it now? It's still
Well, it's not the same.
Brooklyn. How often does the accent come out, be honest?
Not anymore, but I moved to Des Moines when I was 9.
Okay.
And everybody spoke funny. And they thought I spoke funny. But back in 1952,
Sure.
it was the television that has homogenized
Right.
our language.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And anyway, when my wife and I got married, we moved, just for 6 months, we moved to New York. I wanted to go back and see it.
Sure.
And we were at a delicatessen, and I was started to order, okay, hey, what do you got over there? And I slipped back into my Brooklynese, and I looked up, my wife's
love it.
face was white.
I love it.
What have I married? Oh,
The Brooklynese just
but I've
came
got the
back.
Brooklyn, personality, the New Yorker.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you have to say, Tony, get it said before the subway doors close.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
So 9 years old,
Yeah.
from Brooklyn, New York,
Yeah.
to Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines,
Des
Iowa.
Moines. That's quite the move.
Well, my mother remarried, and our stepfather got a job with the Heart Association in Des Moines,
Okay.
and so we moved to Des Moines.
Wow.
Anyway, but that's just the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, your background is fascinating, the things that you've done. Can we just tiptoe through some of your experiences for people that aren't familiar, because you've done so much for so many people on an individual level, but then in broader terms as well. So wherever you want to just kind of cherry pick through your
In the
tale.
beginning, God said, "Let there be hell." No, we didn't need to go back that far.
I remember that.
Yeah, right.
I read that memo.
You were there then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've worn a number of hats.
Sure.
I retired from Wesleyan Methodist Church here. I served for 12 years, and then I spent 4 years teaching religion and philosophy at Muscatine Community College.
Sure.
And I have a radio show. I'm a writer. I've written a number of books. Four are now published. And before not only being in the parish, I was in private practice as a therapist for 6 years because I was told to do it. Thank you, Lord. Believe it or not, I established and ran a meeting service.
Wow, I didn't know that.
1+1, a Christian matchmaking service for 4 years in Des Moines.
I had no idea.
And I wrote a book, not yet published, Matchmaker's Guide to Romantic Love.
Whoa.
I learned, as one more thing,
Yeah.
I used to be in theater.
Okay.
I was going to be the next Marlon Brando.
You still could be.
Yeah, it could be,
Right.
And I've done a lot of theater, so there's that. I'm a former Marine,
Sure.
and a chaplain in the Iowa National Guard.
Wow. This is what I'm saying. This is a movie right here.
And I was born a twin, fraternal.
I didn't know that.
Thank God is not identical, for his sake or mine. I don't know. Pick. Anyhow, so life has been very interesting.
Absolutely it has.
And now with a new book I'm writing.
Yeah.
In fact, the Heart of Jesus. I'm set up now to do my first retreat on encountering the Sacred Heart of Jesus in September.
That's exciting.
And I want to do evangelization. You can tell me, Hal, you're too old to do that. No. I'll never be any younger than
I was
going
to say, right. And would you say that you were called to do what you've done in regards to...
Yeah. In fact, another thing I did, I spent 3 years full-time as a United Methodist evangelist, probably 40 different churches. I went around for 3 years, but then it was just, I was gone too much for my family. So, anyhow, what I thought I'd share a little bit of time. Of course, this is the Heart of Jesus.
Can I hold this one up
yes.
for you? Listen.
That is my website, drhalgreen.com, DRHALRADIO-EN. On there, among other things, I'm now in my radio show. I'm walking through that book. Next Sunday, I'm going to deal with what does it mean to be in Christ? The most important thing is being in Christ. And we've sort of lost that. That's the church is, okay. Anyway, so I'm writing a book. Maybe now, it's going to be called Universe of Persons.
Sure.
Here's the deal. Attempt to demonstrate that there's actually, talked about, in the multiverse, parallel universe of persons that we don't really see as the cosmos. And the three dimension of person consists of you, I, and we. Okay, so let me just quick say this. You see, I could think the universe no less than 5 of the universe is visible. Apparently 68% of the universe is what your theory. 7% dark. Everybody can't see it, but it's there. It's only less than 20% visible. It is not. Here's the deal. State dark energy, and that space is the space between us is not empty. Look at how many viruses and enzymes.
Sure.
All right. Stupid question, but it is not a stupid question. Occupies space. 2 relationships.
I would say so. Whew. That's deep.
It is deep.
That's deep.
Okay.
And let me just state there's no way that we are in the universe.
I'm going to show you where relationships are.
Do we need Bessie to zoom in a little bit?
Okay.
Yeah, Bessie,
here we go, right?
Yes.
Plus 1 equals... Oh, they join.
They joined, but they didn't join.
They didn't join exactly, so each one maintains something of its individual identity while there is also a union. Now, I've done hundreds of weddings, more than 300. And I would go through a series of questions with a couple. All right, so in the first session, we'd talk about, the particulars of the wedding. Then I would say, so tell me your story. Where did you meet? Who saw who first? Do you remember the first time ever I saw your face? And they would tell me their story.
Yeah.
And then after, who said love first? Who brought up the M word? All this good stuff. Okay. Then I'd say, I've got questions. The first question, because you're both in love, right? Yeah. It's not just that you love each other, but there's something else. You'd say you're in love. And let me tell you, if you're in love, you know you're in love. And if you don't know for certain, you're not in love.
I would agree with that.
Okay. Anyway, so I would say that what you discovered in the last analysis, is it 1 love or 2? No, excuse me, that's the second question. Did you create it or discover it?
Wow.
That is to say, did you decide, she's pretty. You have your checklist. Okay, heart. Boom. I created that. I generated that love like a bicycle light. Generate. Or did you discover over a period of time, whether it was, right away. So the first minute I saw my wife, we just had a 50-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Something in my heart opened. Man. Never forget it. Okay.
So is the answer?
What?
And we're in no
They all
rush
just
for
said
time.
they discovered it.
They all said they discovered it.
Except for 2 couples. I didn't marry them. They didn't get married. They shouldn't have. Okay. So they discovered it. Now the second, I know I don't have time.
You have enough time. This is my show. There's no time
Thank you very
constraints.
much. Okay. The second question.
I feel like I'm answering these questions and I'm thinking about my relationship.
Yeah.
So this is great.
So that which you discovered in the light, here it is. Drum roll. In the last analysis, is it 1 love or 2? That is to say, yes, you have your feelings, you have your heart, you have your feelings, you have your heart, but in addition to that, is there something distinctly between you that is shared? That when you see each other, it's there as well. Something difficult to define, and they say,
yes.
I'm looking at each other. Look. Yeah.
They're experiencing it right in that moment.
They had not
maybe.
realized.
Right.
Okay. So Then I get the Magnus out. I say, okay, here she is, here he is. The two shall become one flesh. So I say, okay, 1 + 1 equals what? 2.
Right.
What else does it equal? The two shall become one. What else does it equal?
I would fail this. I have 2 of the answers right. 3?
Well, when they're apart, when they get closer, look what comes into being,
Right.
an electromagnetic field, one of the 4 forces in the universe, and is actually considered the strongest, even though it's small.
I understand how this all ties into what you're working on with the universe of persons, right?
Right. So what I'm
This
saying
makes
is
total
the
sense.
we, the IUE.
Right.
Now, Catholic would say, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, God is the eternal God. The Father is the eternal you.
Right.
The Son is the eternal I, and their Holy Spirit is their eternal we, their eternal relationship, which is what is contained in my book, The Eternal We.
Okay, so when you start out on the universe of persons, do you know, is it laid out in front of you? Because this is certainly, if we're only seeing and experiencing 5%, the insight that you have, the experience that you have, that still doesn't make it easy to write a book. But yet we can
Right.
sit here and we can look on your great website, drhalgreen.com,
Good
and we
man.
have these
Yeah,
tangible
yeah,
products
yeah.
in our hands. None of this is easy. So
I've been at this a long. I'm a miner, or I'm a deep sea diver, and so I have been a seeker after truth
Sure.
wherever it takes me, since I was a philosophy undergraduate major.
So do
Yeah.
you have no time frame for the universe of persons?
I hope to.
Where are you at right now? Like today?
I
is
have
the
a
seventh
completed book.
You have a completed book?
I have a completed book, but 2 years ago, and now I'm redoing it.
Okay.
Because it was titled then "The World Between Us," and now I've come to realize how vast this really is. Because I gave a paper at Oxford University in 2007 about the between. This realm between us, and now it's expanded out. Where's God? Here's the question. So, see, because we used to think that the world was flat,
Right.
right? Where was God? Oh, God's up there in heaven. Hey, God, wave.
Yeah.
Not any longer. Where is God? God is between us. Luke 17:21. Let me read that. Once Jesus was asked by the Pharisees when the kingdom of God was coming, and he answered, the kingdom of God is not coming with things that can be observed, nor will they say, look, here it is, or there it is, for in fact, the kingdom of heaven is among you. It's in your midst.
It's going on right now.
Duh.
It's around us.
Yeah.
Right.
So part of what I'm doing is attempting to demonstrate where God is.
And isn't that, I think that would make people feel even better.
Oh, yeah.
So that this whole time you're not just sort of
Right.
assuming,
But
you
yeah.
know.
See, we come from that sphere, and when we die,
Right.
that's where we go.
Sure.
I could expand out to near-death experiences, to research,
Holy moly.
to the Near-Death Research Foundation.
Right.
I'm trying to expand out how we understand the world.
Sure. I just like the idea that you're able to put out these works and then talk about it, answer the questions that are around it, have an outlet where you can then go through it
Yeah.
and encourage people to do the same, because isn't that what you're trying to do, is create these experiences so that you
Yeah.
can, you know, pick up a book like The Heart of Jesus and the
Right.
Coming Relationship, or The Universe of Persons soon, or The Eternal We, which looks like it may have been published just a few years ago.
1986.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but
but it's still relevant,
it's
right?
it's my Summa. It's
Yeah,
actually
that's it.
a Trinitarian metaphysic. It's a heavy book.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of the springboard from everything else.
Even a lay person like myself can pick up a book like this, or The Eternal We, or The Universe of Persons, and understand it.
Yeah, that is written for lay people.
Good. Thank you. Did you
Yeah.
dedicate it to me? You could have.
Here, all right, if there's time, let me tell you who I dedicated it
Yeah.
to.
we
All
got
right,
time.
hold on.
You listen. Stop worrying about the time.
Okay.
This is my.
For whom? Thank you.
Sure.
He's the guy.
I'm the captain of the ship.
I love
If I
that.
gotta boot you, I'll boot you. There's nobody.
Get
else.
out of here.
It's you, Hal.
All right.
It's you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For whom this book is written. If you seek God, but are not satisfied with what you have thus far found, if you hunger for, quote, something more, unquote, but have difficulty expressing what? If you thirst for a hidden stream you somehow sense but know not how to reach, then you are the one for whom I write this book. I have one proviso: do not cease seeking God, come what may. Rather ask for even greater desire and persevere. Persevere. So it's written for lay people.
Can I ask you a question? So, and this might be, I don't think it's that personal, because here's my experience.
Okay.
34 years old, born and raised in the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time.
And I'm Catholic now, yes.
Went to Catholic school from preschool to 8th grade. Went to public giant high school in Chicago.
Really? Wow.
And then came out to St. Ambrose, small Catholic college.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you the last time I went to church. So there is some, and I'm not the only 34-year-old. My kids are baptized. It's not that we don't go on purpose. It's just maybe that's an interesting thought. Maybe we need to find the purpose to go. But it's not that I live not that far from St. Mary Matthias. I see Father Troy, and this could be this isn't just a Catholic thing. Certainly, no matter
it's all churches. All churches.
What church you go to. Maybe you've been away for a while, but there seems to be this age group that I kind of fall into that are not actively there.
Right.
So, what do you say to this demographic of people?
I would say, first of all, I'm glad you asked. Let me speak for myself.
Sure.
I was an agnostic for years, and then I searched for God. I decided if there's a God, I can know God, or there is no God.
Sure.
And so I began to search, encountered the Holy Spirit, which changed my life. So I became a seeker after direct experience of God. That's what I think is missing in the church, and that's what so many people are seeking. How can I actually know God? So that's what this is about, and this retreat that I'm doing in September at a Catholic church in Des Moines is titled Encountering the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And I've got prayer modalities. My job, I feel like I'm a matchmaker. Matchmaker, make me a match, find me a find, between God and humanity.
Sure.
Is for people to actually encounter God. That would rejuvenate them and the church, which is kind of, the church right now is spiritually dormant, if not dead.
Sure.
So, we have, as a Catholic, thank God for the Eucharist. That's still the connector, and that's real. And as a Protestant, the years I preached, and I'm also a Protestant, I was born Jewish. There's a lot to, I'm all these things. I love
This is a movie. This is a movie,
it's
remember.
A movie. Yes, can I star?
Directed by Martin Scorsese.
Hell, we're in this
That's what I'm
scene.
saying.
Yeah.
Less violence. But, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
The soundtrack would be great.
It's about learning the truth directly.
Do you think that it has to be... So my wife is pregnant, due in October.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a girl.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have 2 boys.
We had the same thing.
Yeah.
2 boys, and thank God we got a girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like the miracle of watching a child be born, it's overwhelming.
It is. Oh,
No birth class, not your friends or family can prepare you for that moment. I broke down and cried like a baby, pun intended, both times. And I'm sure it'll happen again. So is it in moments like that when you think, like, this is, I'm watching a miracle happen? Because for the 9 months, this is what I say. This is my experience with pregnant people. And it's going to be funny. So it's congratulations. Wow. And hey, there's a baby. Because if you're not living with it, that's how you experience it. They tell you, you say congrats. You see them when they're pregnant. And then there's a kid. And you're like, look at that. There's a kid. But when you're there every day, it almost, and especially with my first, who was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
It's not even the moment of getting to the hospital. It might happen. It's go time. It's all of a sudden here is this human being that you created, and perspective happens quickly, and grace happens quickly. Right?
It is. It's amazing. It's a miracle. It's a mystery. Here's the deal for me, frankly.
Sure.
Mystery is as indigenous to God as is holiness. I remember reading some physicist recently who said, well, we're never going to figure it out. It's a mystery.
Sure.
So what greater mystery than whatever's involved in generating and birthing a child?
Sure.
My God. Yeah. And that goes to the next thing was, Tony, what's this really all about?
Right.
See, that for me has been the,
Yeah.
what is it? If we had time, I'd go through
I don't know
the
if
10 possible reasons
I
for
don't know
existence.
if I would have the capacity to handle knowing the answer
Yeah.
to that mystery. Because
Yeah.
then what do you have left to seek?
Yeah. And what do you do with
If
it?
you know, like if you could pick up your phone and talk to the man upstairs, I mean, do we lose that mystery? You know, do we lose that?
It only deepens.
Sure.
Here, let me give an example.
Mhm.
My seeking to know whether there was a God. When I encountered God, God was real. So that mystery was solved, right?
Sure.
But what happens is it turns, and there's a whole new host of mysteries. Well, God, since you are, why is the world in this shape? You know, in other words, and speaking as a scientist, and I have a master's in psychology,
Sure.
I used to be a psychologist. Whenever you make a scientific discovery, great, you applaud, but then it opens up a whole new series of questions.
Sure.
So here it is. All we're doing is moving our ignorance farther.
Wow. Wow.
Heavy stuff, man.
The universe of persons is the next
It's
in
person.
the series. Can I just buy the book when it comes out and then you just read it to me so I understand it?
Sure.
Can I get the book on tape?
Yeah.
I think if you went into a studio to record a book on tape, they would say, Hal, you just have to read what you wrote. And you would say, I got this whole bonus feature.
Yeah. Have
you-
I got a deal for
Right.
you?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you've thought about that, though, because you could have, whether it be this book or, look at me, I'm the prop guy, whether it
Yeah.
be any of these works or the universe of persons that's coming soon, getting that recorded, and then, they literally will read the book and people listen. But then you could have this whole other recording where you're sort of giving us the cliff notes.
I
the
intend
hell
to do
notes,
that.
if you
I
will.
also published a book called Closer Than Your Own Eye, Meditations on Union with God, consisting of 90 poetic meditations.
Wow.
And I am going to put that online.
Good.
I'm also beginning a series of podcasts
Good for you.
for my website on, ready? How to Pray.
All
Duh.
right.
Starting simply with breathing exercises.
Sure.
And working up to abiding prayer, which is my thing, which is what I do.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah.
You're a busy man.
I got
I thought
things I
you
got
were
to do.
retired.
Well, for 2 years, I kind of sat around.
And then your wife said,
Duh,
go.
Duh. Yeah, get out of here. Find
Isn't it
something to do.
But isn't it
No.
true? So many people that are like, and I know a couple people that I won't name that might be watching that retired, and now they're like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, yeah.
Not to say that people need to work forever, but
No.
certainly,
I
I think that finding that balance between feeling like you have to continue to have a purpose and wanting
Right.
to contribute.
For me, the deal is passion.
Sure.
You got to have passion. If you have
Yeah.
passion about something, go for it.
Well,
I don't
and
care
you
what it is.
quite
Golf.
frankly
you know?
have to share what you know.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal
Oh,
with
yeah.
the man upstairs.
Yeah.
You can't sit idly by.
I have some things to say, Tony, that
Right.
as far as I know, no one's saying out there. Well, heck, someone's got to say it.
Yeah.
Okay, Lord, I'll do it.
Sometimes you bring out the Brooklyn accent and it gets the point across that much
Yeah.
better, right?
I hope so. People say,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I can listen to this guy. Like Rodney Dangerfield, right?
Yeah. Except you get a lot of the
I saw
respect.
Rodney Dangerfield in a recent playback.
Yeah.
And he's so funny. And he said,
Ooh, Ty,
Yeah.
ooh.
my wife refused to breastfeed me. She said, I just want to be friends.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Enough.
That
Cut
is
that. That
awesome.
shouldn't be on there. I'm sorry if it.
Well, it's
embarrassed
live, Hal. It's in there.
anyone. Yeah, it's in there. Okay.
Trademark Rodney
Anyhow.
Dangerfield Properties. Thank you for coming on. I wish you the
Thank
best
you
with
again,
the work.
Tony. You look
the universe
great.
of persons.
Keep it going.
Thank you. I
Okay?
feel good.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I feel
Okay.
good. All right, Hal Green, drhalgreen.com. Let's go to Hal Green's website once more if we could. Hey, look, there's contact info. Thank you, Ryan Broderson. Email the man himself, drhalgreen@gmail.com, drhalgreen@gmail.com. Check out the radio program God Talk, 8:30 Sunday mornings on KWPC, and the website, which is a great-looking website, by the way. It's super easy to navigate and use. Big Imprint. Hey, they did whose website yesterday? Musser Public Library. Wow. All right. Good deal. Pleasure.
Isn't that amazing that refuses to go together?
I thought that somebody left magnets on the set. I was about to get mad at Betsy and their house props.
Here, just for us.
Yeah.
Okay. I could go back into Bernard de Clairvaux in the 12th
Sure.
century. But your heart,
Yeah.
you ready for this? Yeah. Your heart is actually a magnet. You don't know that. How would you know your heart's a magnet? When another magnet draws near. The heart of Jesus, draws near, and what is generated is a field. That's what I'm in, is that field. That's what I need to. Yeah. Well, we're really into fields, going, good old Einstein.
Right.
Blame him.
On the next show, Blaming Einstein with Dr. Hal Green. That's a
How
book.
could you have done that,
Blaming Einstein.
Yes.
I like that. That would be provocative.
Yeah, provocative, but keep me out of it.
Deal.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, back to the Hy-Vee Today kitchen, and as expected with Chef Tess, the work continues. And look at the progress that is made. I think this is one of my favorite parts of the show. Is it's like a stop motion movie. Like we start with this, and then we boom cut over back to Chef Tess, and just rocking and rolling on some garlic. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the vampires are at bay at this moment. They're like, and no, I did not say vampire bay. I meant we are keeping them at bay, keeping them at a distance. Why is garlic important for pork carnitas?
Garlic is important for everything, almost. Just adds a lot of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Pork and garlic go really, really well together. And the spices and seasonings in this are very, very minimal.
Sure.
And so I just use the ones that count, really. So I've got
Because again,
orange.
you want to have the flavor from the meat, from the pork.
Yeah, like when you taste carnitas, it should taste like super porky pork.
Yes.
That's what
Super
we're-
porky.
Super porky pork. Yeah.
I've been called worse, let me tell you. So right now, and by the way, I love the move of the chopping of the garlic and then using the knife to scoop. It's these little, I'm telling you what, you could learn so much just from watching. And one of these shows, and somebody, don't let me forget, one of these shows, we don't need a guest. We'll just have Tess on the whole time doing stuff. What do you think about that idea?
Sure.
Give you the whole show.
Sure.
No pressure. We'll do that starting now. Back to Kitchen Stadium. No, I'm just kidding, of course. The carnitas, I'm not kidding about wanting to do a whole show with Chef Tess, but not right now. That would be not fair, of course. But pork carnitas for lunch, so delightful, and just something that you're going to enjoy. So we're August 7th. We're kind of having good weather still. People are still grilling. Now, I told you that I bought these pork chops yesterday. We have a grill pan right on top of the stove. This is all I did, and I'm no expert, but I just salt and peppered the pork chops. Not a huge piece, but a decent-sized piece of that Kerrygold butter. Kind of moved it around in the pan.
Mm-hmm.
Threw maybe 2 or 3 of them in there because it's a pretty good-sized grill pan. And that was it. And they were fantastic. Now, what I have been doing at home, and you might think this is nerdy, I don't know. We bought a digital thermometer so that I can check temps.
Not nerdy.
Not nerdy, okay. So this way I'm not undercooking or overcooking things.
Not nerdy at all. So as a chef, especially with like chicken and chops and steaks,
Sure.
I've done it so many times that
Yeah.
we do it a lot by just touch and feel.
Do you ever, is it this thing where you
Okay.
do like this and then you can tell if something is cooked? Like if I touch the inside, what is that move? Is that not
So-
legit?
I don't like it. I'll be honest. I don't like this whole rule. It's
Yeah.
like supposed to be where if you feel the meat of your thumb here,
Right.
and as you move your fingers, it gets firmer. And this would be like well done, and this would be like medium rare. Now, the problem that I have with that is that if you go and you pick up a beef tenderloin filet mignon, okay, and you cook that to medium rare, and then you get a same grade and everything, a New York strip, and cook that to medium rare, the New York strip is going to feel about twice as firm as the filet because it's a completely different muscle.
Okay.
So all steaks are different muscles, and they're all used differently when the animal is alive, and so they have a different feel to them when we're eating them. So that's why I don't really like that rule. So what I would suggest is just, it sounds pretty funny, but touch your steaks while you're eating them. Like touch them, or while you're cooking them. Touch them through the cooking process. You'll be able to feel the changes. And what I like to tell people is if you're looking for a medium rare, the center of the steak, when you push in it, it should just come right back up pretty slowly.
Okay.
If it's still rare, it's going to leave an indentation where your thumb was. And when you get to that medium rare point, it's going to bounce back up like nice and slow. So then you pull it off and you let it rest.
That is a chef hack,
Yeah.
everybody. Wow. I like that a lot. And I've seen you do that, come to think of it, with a glove on, of course. Yes. But yeah, that is genius.
It's the same way that I learned how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just numerous experiences and it's muscle memory, and you
Sure.
start to just be able to feel, and you touch it and you're like, oh, that's about medium rare. I should probably pull that off now.
And I think for people like myself that are meal prepping, with these pork chops that I did last night, I didn't want to cook them to the point where they were totally done, because when I come here to work, I'm going to microwave it, and then that could almost finish. That's not wrong, right? I mean,
I don't think so. No.
okay, that's
No.
because that's how I did. I also threw some vegetables in the grill pan, but I didn't finish them because again, I'm going to be throwing them in a microwave to reheat, but they'll also cook a little
Yeah,
bit.
you don't want overcooked
Yeah.
pork.
No, definitely don't want overdone.
It's
pork.
literally the worst thing. I think there's a lot of people out there who don't even realize how wonderful pork chops
Oh
can
my
be.
gosh, they're so good.
They're so I
This piece of the pork, I was cutting it, and then, that's all it was salt and pepper and that butter. That was it. Nothing
Yep.
else.
Yep, that's all it
Nothing
takes.
else.
That's
That's
all
all.
it takes. You don't have to have like 100 fancy spices.
No.
A lot of people are really
I'm going to
blown
grab
away.
the Irish butter because it's right here.
Okay. A lot of people are really blown away when I let them try something and they're like, oh my gosh, like what's in there? And I'm like, salt and pepper and maybe a little bit of olive oil. And
I'm going to stand
really all it
stand up
takes.
for a second because that one really nice lady last week was like, you should stand up more so people can see how much weight you've lost. And I was like, thanks. And it was very nice that she said that. And I don't know her name, but I hope she's watching so that she doesn't miss me standing up. You also see how giant of a person I am. So, hello world, how are you? So this is what I bought last night before I punched out, of course. But I came down here and I bought this. So this is 2 sticks of the Kerrygold Pure Irish Butter. I don't know which one. I know I'm on Chad's camera now, but I feel like Betsy's coming in for a tight shot on my butter. Everything's good but my butter hand and my butter face. So this is the stuff right here. This is thebomb.com. $5.99. By the way, how about the jackhammering in the background? I hope y'all can hear that. Oh, naughty. Just let's just let that go for a minute. We are jackhammering the savings here at Hy-Vee, everybody. Got a little bit of a plumbing problem. But again, back to the Kerrygold Pure Irish Butter. This stuff is too legit. There's more? I didn't even know
That's our
this.
brand.
This is the Hy-Vee brand?
That's our brand.
Oh, I didn't know this was a thing. Oh, the culinary tours. Yes, of course. I've
Brand new.
started to learn about that. Culinary tours. So, buy whatever one you want.
Yeah. It's
Certainly.
both Irish butter. They're both sourced in Ireland.
Yes.
Kerrygold is like the OG, super delicious. We carry ours in salted and unsalted.
The OG. That's
Can you hear me
hilarious.
over there?
I can hear you.
Okay.
There you go. The OG. And then there's also, like, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I didn't even know. What in the world? Did you see which one I grabbed?
The garlic and herb.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, that is good stuff.
Garlic and herb. My favorite duo from the 60s. Hey, girl. I'm feeling real garlicky. Gutter? I can't even get a bit right. Wow. Oh, that smells good. So, but this is what I bought right here. This one. But I will totally try the culinary tours one. Whoa.
Butterfingers.
Check that out. Literally. Butterfingers. Please don't buy my damaged butter, everybody. Again with that jackhammering. Wow. Jackhammering brought to you by Rivo Plumbing. That's who's doing it, seriously. So, Rivo, if you want to give us a discount on our bill because of the jackhammering during my show, let me know. Betsy, I don't want to show the jackhammering on the Toyota Muscatine car cam because we do have some plumbing stuff they're trying to figure out, and they are working hard on it, and I shouldn't even really lament on it this much. But I do wonder if you, friend, could just take the car cam and go around this way like you were going to go towards the dairy, and then on your right in that meat case, you're going to see the true pork and steak products. Could you just show those to us? Because here's the thing. This true stuff, Mike Church was on the show last Friday, And then on Friday, we were sampling. Did you try any of that true ribeye? That true beef ribeye that they were sampling?
No.
OMG.
Good stuff?
Unbelievable. So I just want people to know where it's at. We've got some great brat deals going on. So Betsy is navigating in the Toyota of Muscatine cart camera. And keep going. It'll be on the right coming up. You'll see it. Yep. There's Chris. And then right about coming up, you're going to see the True products. And yes, it might be a little pricey, but I promise you, that was one of the best samples I've ever had. And like people were walking by just like in that moment that I was there when Beverly was doing the sampling. Beverly, nicest lady ever, by the way. I just said, listen, I'm not going to try and sell you anything, but she's sampling a ribeye. Okay? That doesn't just happen every day.
Nope, it doesn't.
Sampling a ribeye. So do yourself a flavor and get yourself one of the True products. I'm excited to try the True pork because I've heard it's tremendous. And maybe I'll use some of... Now I feel like I got a shill for the company brand.
They're both good.
You can't go wrong, friends.
I just assumed that you hadn't realized that
I didn't
we had
know
it.
that.
It came in last week, and it's I used it for my catering on Friday, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it does look good. Okay. All right, very good. Carnita's going to be awesome. There's the Toyota Muscatine car cam. Working hard. Is the jackhammering coming through in the background chat, or am I just crazy? I can't. You can hear it. All right, good deal. I just don't want people to think I'm making stuff up. I do want to mention that today is National Purple Heart Day. My mom's dad, Grandpa Bill, who has since passed away, his brother received a Purple Heart for his service. Lost his life in combat. So I've seen a Purple Heart before. It's a pretty powerful thing if you ever get to see one. Certainly something that will give you a lot of perspective. We talked about that earlier today. Today is also National Lighthouse Day. Do we have any lighthouses around here? Any lighthouses? We'll have to ask Betsy when she gets back. It's also National Raspberry and Cream Day. Ooh. And Night Out Day. So are you going to have a night out on the town? Will the club be going up on a Tuesday? Perhaps. Perhaps it will. Speaking of night out or day out, we got a couple things I want to mention. I mentioned this yesterday, going to do it again today. Illinois City Firemen's Festival is back this weekend. You can support the Illinois City Firemen's Festival this Saturday. Fun starts at 8, goes on all day into the evening with live music. Jason Wolf will be here on Friday, and we'll talk more about it. The 2018 Illinois City Firemen's Festival. It's a short drive from Muscatine. Their parade is legit. I know I said that, but it's a really impressive parade. Volunteer fire department could use all the support. They put on a great event. They have delightful pork chops and applesauce. I don't know if they have applesauce, but they have pork chops. You can trust me. I've had a couple pork chops in my life, right? What else? Wine and spirits here at Hy-Vee. Jackhammer. This is what I feel like that guy probably looks like. I ran a jackhammer once in my life, and I was like, oh no, I can't do this. I am too fragile of a person. I can't do it. Oh my gosh. Can't do it. Hey, everybody, check out this Wine and Spirits blowout sale. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 9, 10, and 11th of August while supplies last. We're going to call it the Jackhammer deal. We also have the largest selection of craft beer and wine in Muscatine County with the friendliest service. Kayleen and her team will take care of you. Things from beer, wine, spirits, White Claw, hard seltzer. That's like if you're trying to watch your carb intake. And zoom in on that Kettle One, Ryan Broderson. Check this out. If you buy 2 bottles of Kettle One vodka, 750 ml, you can save $10, and it comes down to $14.99 a bottle. And if you know anything about vodka, Kettle One is a very good brand, as is Tito's, which is above that. You can't go wrong. Okay. All right. I don't know what else is on the list, Ryan. What else you got on there? There's a whole bunch of stuff. We got bingo. We got a kids event. Wherever you want to go, I'll follow what's on the screen. I'll just keep running the jackhammer. Here you go, Kids Character Lunch, hot off the press this Sunday. Bring the kids, grandkids, nieces, or nephews. From 11 a.m. till 1 p.m., we'll have a little kids' lunch buffet, Market Grill Express, and boom, they can hang out with Catboy from PJ Masks, and Mickey and Minnie Mouse will be there. Meet and greet, get your pictures taken, have fun, and maybe a few more surprises along the way during the Kids Character Lunch this Sunday. First time we're doing a lunch event with the characters. Hope to see you there. If you want to make an RSVP, please consider that. Make your RSVP. Call 563-264-2420 if you want to. Are we going to bingo? Keto Cooking 2. This is good. There's less than 10 tickets left. Keto Cooking 2, August 29th, starts at 5:30. It says it right on there. $10. Get your tickets at customer service. 10 tickets or less remain. I don't know the exact number. I will find out after the show and post it in the event on Facebook. But you will learn a lot. There'll be all new recipes, and Chef Tess and I are planning on testing, and I know that they're going to be good, so then we'll probably just end up producing them in the bakery. But in small batches, we're going to do keto-friendly donuts and keto bread. So stay tuned for that. And now, Mr. Ryan Broderson has for us BINGO, and bingo was his name-o. Tuesday, August 21st. You heard it here first. Bingo's back, free to play, starts at 6, goes till 7:30. And if you win a game of bingo, you get a $5 Hy-Vee gift card. You win 2 games, you get 10. You know how you can do the math yourself. And please bring your own dauber, BYOD. Bring your own dauber, dabber, however you want to say it. It's DAUBER, so I would pronounce that as dauber. But if I'm saying it wrong, it's the big marker because I ordered a lot of disposable bingo cards. And finally, on my list, I think, there's 2 more things. Open interviews. Thank you, bro. This is Tuesday, August 21st. If you are looking for a JOB or know someone that is, you can walk into the store, go to customer service, and then they'll point you in the direction of the open interviews. We're looking for people to cook in the Market Grill Express and some help in the kitchen. Open interviews, ready to go. If you have any questions, you can call the store. But just show up on the 21st between 9 and 11 a.m., and we'll get you all squared away. Is bingo the last thing? I gave him a whole bunch of stuff today. So don't worry about the fuel saver. We'll get to that tomorrow. But bingo, that's the last one. You got friends bingo? Bakery? What does that mean? The Hy-Vee Bakery behind me? Is there something going on behind me right now? Is that where you're trying to give me a heads up? Oh, right. You have bingo, though, too, yeah? We did? We did not have bingo on the screen. Did you really? No, I'm sorry. I meant to say Friends Trivia. I was saying the wrong thing. I apologize. We did. So this was a cake that was made. Go back. I'm sorry. Let's go back. I'll put my foot in my mouth. This was a cake that was made for Ryan Broderson's parents' 30th anniversary, which was yesterday. And Ryan Broderson paid for that cake. He had it crafted. And I'm assuming your dad's name is Carl. Okay. What's your mom's name? What's your mom's name? Regina. So happy 30th anniversary to Carl and Regina Broderson. And good job, Carl, who is the one that got that. That's a big cake, by the way. You probably got leftovers. Right? Did your dad order too big of a cake? I've done that before. Oh, it went to her work. Okay, so she got to share with her coworkers. Did you get any of the cake? Nice, good. He's very hungry, this Brian Broderson. One time, and I told you this before, one time I ordered a full sheet. It was like bigger than you can see for my 30th birthday, and we had leftover cake for 2 weeks. So just keep in mind, like if the people in the bakery ever tell you, are you sure you need a cake that big? Don't be like, yeah, because that's what I did. I was like, of course I do. And it was the biggest cake in the history of cakes. All right, Friends Trivia, and then we'll get out of here. So Friends Trivia is next Monday the 13th. It's just like you can see right there. It's trivia about the TV show Friends. I'll be there for you if you're there for me, too. One of the questions will be, what was the name of the band that sang the Friends theme song? Betsy, you know that band. Let's say it at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, the Rembrandts. All right. She knew it. She knew it. Okay, thanks to Dr. Hal Green for joining the show. He is a fascinating individual who has written books. He's spoken in front of large crowds, small groups. He's married over a couple hundred people in his day. He's been a psychologist. I like Hal a lot of insight, and I hope that you took something away from his appearance on this program. Shout out to Debbie Rainier, who's watching on Facebook right now. Debbie Reason's out there, and Isaiah Phillips joining the live stream. Don't forget, you can watch this show, Warren Schwanke, Monday through Friday at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on, get this, Warren, Muscatine Power and Water, cable channel 5. It's crazy. It's like we've been doing it for 6 months. 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on MPW. And listen, I'm not picking on Warren. He's my friend, okay? I just thought as a friend he would know when my show was on. He's just so busy playing golf that he doesn't get to watch it. Maybe he has DVR'd all of our shows. What about that? Do you have this show on your DVR? That's pretty cool if you do. If you have this show DVR'd, send me an email. Maybe I'll get you a prize. Don't lie, though. Like, take a picture of your DVR or something to prove it. That would be pretty cool. If you DVR this and watch it other than outside of the 7:30 and 10:30 window, let me know. You got the email address on the screen. Reach out and share that with us, because that would be kind of cool to find out how many people are catching it on their diver. Right, Betsy? The diver. DVR. Okay. Tomorrow is Monday, and we'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know who's on the show. I can't remember. I'm really tempted to just take a bite of this cigar list. It smells phenomenal. I'm going to put it back. And thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and Team Staffing. Can we go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle camera as we prepare to wrap up? That would be tremendous. Well, I don't even remember where we have it this morning. I'm sure it's in a very nice location inside this beautiful store here at Hy-Vee. There it is. Oh, right. Hey, look at that. Steve Graham worked hard yesterday building a little tailgating display, which is across from Hy-Vee Chinese. You can see, and all that stuff, by the way, we're going to give away everything that's up there, including Hawkeye cornhole or bag set, whatever you want to call it. And we're getting ready because Iowa Hawkeye football comes back Saturday, September 1st. to take on Northern Illinois, the first game for Hawkeye game. And the Iowa Hawkeyes this year are brought to you by. So thanks for watching the program. We're getting the plumbing thing taken care of. Rivo is here working there. You can hear it. They've been working hard for the last 48 hours almost, and we appreciate that. That is a tough gig for sure, right? And shout out to our maintenance guy, Irv Anderson, Mr. Anderson, who's been here also working his tail off as well. So can you imagine if that was all day? I want Betsy or Ryan to go try and run a jackhammer for a minute and just experience that. Your head just like... Has anybody ran a jackhammer here? Just me? Wow. It's not fun. All right, so thanks for watching. We'll do it on Wednesday at 8:30, and have a great rest of your day or a great evening. If you're watching this and it started at 10:30, go to sleep, and we'll do it on Wednesday. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.
Football season is right around the corner, and that means it's time for something really big at CBI Bank and Trust. Our 5 Sports Index CD programs are just about to kick off.
There's the Muscamania CD in Muscatine.
The Beaver Nation CD in Wilton.
The Demon Mania CD in Washington.
The Rockin' Nation CD at Buffalo Prairie.
And the Golden Hawk Pride CD in Kelowna.
The term is a convenient 12 months, and the minimum to open is just $500.
And you'll earn a great annual percentage yield, and that's just for starters.
Every time your team wins, your rate goes up, and it gets an even bigger boost if they win a district or a state championship.
No one knows how well the teams are going to do this season, but one thing's for certain, these unique CDs provide you with the potential to boost your yield by 1/4%, 0.5%, maybe even more.
Get in on the action, join in the fun. Open a Sports Index CD, but do it soon. Enrollment ends Friday, September 7th.
Make mine a Muskie Mania CD because the Muscatine Muskies are the best.
No, the Wilton Beavers are best.
Well, the Washington Demons are red hot.
The Mid-Prairie Golden Hawks will soar to new heights.
The Rockridge Rockets can beat them all.
We'll let you pick. Come on in and tell us which team you like the best and open one of our 5 Sports Index CDs between now and September 7th at CBI Bank and Trust.